If you pay significant amounts in state and local income taxes or property taxes, well, by golly, there's just a huge change for 2025 that's going to benefit you quite a bit. It's on the board right there. Do not make this mistake with state and local taxes. Let's see how we can get that extra tax deduction. Let's go take a look. Now, we're talking about state and local taxes. This is the deduction that shows up on Schedule A, your itemized deductions. That's where these will end up getting deducted. Now, in the past, the 2024 and prior years, what was our limit? It was $10,000, meaning no matter how much you paid in state and local taxes, you were limited to $10,000. If you paid over that amount, $10,000 would go on those lines of your Schedule A for your itemized deductions. Now, what has changed due to the new tax bill, the OBBBA, is that has been bumped up to $40,000. Now, that is a significant change. Make no mistake about it. That is $30,000 additional tax deduction you can get if you're in a spot where you're paying that much in taxes. So I said at the beginning of this video, if you are paying significant amounts there, you are going to get a boatload back in your pocket. We can do some quick math here. If we throw $30,000 against a conservative amount of 24%, if you're paying this much in state and local taxes, you're probably going to be in that ballpark. You're getting $7,200 additional back in your pocket perhaps than you were in prior years. A massive change if you're in a spot where you're paying this much in state and local taxes. Now, the easy pitfall here is simply the fact that there is new tax law. This change is happening, and it's going to be very easy for either you or the person you're working with to not really truly know what has changed or what's going on and how it should be affecting you. What you want to make sure is you know where it shows up on the forms and how you can check this stuff and think about it so that you can double check that you're getting all the deductions that you deserve. Now, as usual, I want you to be armed with the ability to go into these forms yourself and find what you need to find if you need to check some of this stuff. We're heading to itemized deductions, the Schedule A again. This is where you're gonna find it. Taxes you paid right here on these lines. You can see SALT right here. That's the term we keep referring to, and you see this $40,000 right here. That's the new limit. In prior years, this would have said $10,000. You now get this $40,000 limit. If you're paying taxes and you know you're way above that $10,000, you're gonna wanna be sure that you're capturing those extra amounts that you're allowed this year. Now, being able to track down and verify that number on your Schedule A is only one part of this equation. What we wanna be able to do is track this all the way through the front page of our 1040 and be able to check if we're actually taking that itemized deduction. So now we'll flip over to the 1040. We're gonna come look at this. This is the 1040 for 2025. You can do a similar exercise for prior years if you're trying to track down similar information, but what you'd want to do is scroll down. You're going to find the line that says standard deduction or itemized deductions. If a number on here on this line is the standard deduction for a given year, you did not itemize, so you didn't take any of those SALT deductions. If you find a number on here that's greater than the standard deduction, you did itemize, and you may very well have taken those SALT deductions, and this is how you want to make sure you're verifying it. If you are taking an itemized deduction, you can trace back and look to see if you got that SALT deduction. Make sure you're taking that $40,000. If you didn't take it and you feel like you should have been, you can go to that Schedule A, and now you'll be able to check and see what may or may not have gone wrong and why you may not have gotten that deduction. So, a big change for a lot of people who may have been paying a lot in taxes in the past. Going forward, you're gonna get a bigger deduction, and you just wanna make sure that these things are all working on your tax return. Make sure your tax preparer is on top of this stuff. My name is Matt Speckman. I'm a CPA. Thanks for coming and checking these out. It's on the board. Don't make these mistakes. Come back. We're gonna have more potential mistakes that we can avoid. Make sure you get the most money back in your pocket. Thanks. See you next time.